All right, what's good, Lights Out family? Hope you guys are doing well. I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Brawlgg. It's a brand new platform made for the fighting game community where you can connect with players, challenge rivals, improve your skill. Whether you're grinding in Smash Ultimate, Street Fighter, Tekken, or any other top fighting game, this is the scene for you. All right, you can hop into skill-based PvP wagers using their Brawlgg, climb the leaderboards, and actually track your progress as you inevitably level up. All right, there's also dedicated forums for each game so you can share your clips, talk strategy, or just debate who really got the best neutral in the game. Always highly debatable, of course. Now, the site is actually live right now, and they've made mobile apps for both iOS and Android. So go ahead and check out Brawlgg, sign up, and start making a name for yourself in the arena. And while you are at it, make sure you follow Brawlgg on Instagram, X, Facebook to stay up to date with everything they're doing. And check out this badass video.
Welcome to Brawlgg, the arena where fighters are made and legends are born. Call out your rivals, lay down your wagers, and fight for your glory. Choose your battleground and rise through the ranks, one victory at a time. This is your stage, your challenge, your fight. Brawlgg, now live on the App Store and Google Play. Step up and claim your spot among the best.
Well. Once again, we have arrived to another episode of Lights Out, episode 100 and something. As always, I do not check before we go live, so you'll know in the title. I'll figure it out by then. So last week we had Light and myself. This week we're gonna have Cosmos and myself, which kind of makes sense because what are you doing? Your cam frozen?
No.
What are you so happy about? What are you just smile? You're making me uncomfortable.
I'm just happy to be able to talk to my good buddy, Phil Visu.
Well, yes, we are good buddies. We are back, and it's nice to have you. Nice to have you here too, buddy. Well, I guess that'll do it for an introduction. So, Light not here, despite saying he'll probably show up in our group chat. Thoughts?
What's new, bro? What's new? I got a lot of stuff to say about Light and to Light, but he's not here, so I got to say about him. Okay. I'll wait till like those topics come up in the podcast. But I'm also not surprised that he's not here because it's annoying because he be saying shit in the chat like or maybe not in the chat, but he just randomly joins in a podcast. He's like, oh yeah, I'm here. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't expect you to be here. And he's like, why would you not expect me to be here? I'm like, why wouldn't I? What reason do I have to expect you to ever be here if you never reply in the chat, never reply? Well, he replies to messages, but like anytime we make plans, half the time he's late. So I don't know what he's talking about whenever he says, what do you mean? Why would I not be here? Bro, half the time we make plans, you plan against it.
Light is what I like to call an enigma. Emphasis on the nig. So, it just is what it is. But you know what? Speaking of Light, that's actually a perfect opener for what we can be our first topic before we get into your tournament run a little bit later. There is a tournament coming up this week. And I know people thinking like, oh, all the big stuff is done, it's sport priority. And then we're closing, they got some things happening over there in like Portugal. They got some things happening over, so I think it's still in Japan, and even right here in the good old US of A. I'm talking about, of course, this tournament right here, Citadel. All right, now Citadel, to my knowledge, was very close to being an A+ tier. However, several circumstances. Now, originally yesterday when I saw this and got a good laugh about it was just because, Light unfortunately has some personal things come up, so he's not gonna be able to make it this weekend. And of course I would know as I am his manager. But as we'll kind of discuss a little bit later, Onin as well will clearly not be in attendance for this event, which is probably not a bad thing. But with that said, I actually was messaging the people in charge of Citadel, again, Light's manager, and they were like, well, how come we can't make it anymore? And I gave them this response. Now, Cosmos, what do you think about this response? I said, he's a lazy COON. Feel free to tweet that. And this white guy actually tweeted it.
Tweet that.
Oh my goodness!
Where's the tweet? Where's the tweet? I
got you. I will show you. In our
That's actually wild that you. It's not wild that he said that. It's wild that you said. Feel free to tweet that.
And he did. I mean, listen. There it is, right there.
Feel free to tweet that with a capital T.
I respect the boldness of this man. I respect you, Tyler.
I am genuinely disappointed by Light.
He sounds like a teacher who's invested so much time in a kid, and he just finds out he's just back on the street selling drugs. Like, it's just so disappointed.
Yeah, it's funny because it's funny and tragic at the same time because he made a tweet. He made that tweet, and then somebody commented on that tweet, being like, "Bro, you said you're not trying to beg, bro. You got to beg harder." And then he was like, "I bet." And then he just at like a bunch of top players, including me. So he had me. That's when I saw this tweet when I was like, "Oh, Light's going to another tournament. That's almost an A+ tier." So it's tragic to see that it was close to an A+ tier, and he was hyping it up to almost be an A+ tier, and then instead of getting people to enter, people dropped from the tournament. So like the opposite effect happened. Obviously not because of the tweet, but it's just unfortunate that happens. Period. But with that, it's just really unfortunate and really funny from Light's end too that he was the one who was called out for dropping out, because it's always funny whenever he's talking about, yeah, I'm ready to get back into Smash. You know, I haven't really been practicing, but I'm ready to get back. I need that one tournament, you know, for me to get cooked at so that I can have my motivation back and have my drive back, because I know it's there. I just always know how the cycle goes. And whenever I go to a tournament, that's when I get my drive back after I get cooked. And then he goes to Port Priority, does well. So it's like he has a good momentum boost. And then he doesn't go to the next tournament he's supposed to go to. So it's like this cycle always ends up happening where it's like, yeah, I'm ready to try to be the best player. And then he goes to a tournament, either gets cooked, goes to another tournament, does well, or goes to a tournament, does well, and then just doesn't go to like the next one. Not that always happens, but it always happens to the point where his tournament schedule becomes extremely inconsistent. So I need to talk to him about that. I was hoping to talk to him about it this episode, but obviously he's not here. So he's just inconsistent with showing up for stuff. I'm not trying to put him on blast. I know I'm making him sound so bad right now, but like you got to pick it up, bro. I know I can't talk because I don't really be going to that many tournaments, but you got to pick it up, bro. This is your forte right now. You're a Smasher. You're a Smash competitor. That's your role on your sponsor, Smash competitor. Those are these Smash tournaments.
You know what? I will give my boy some credit. He was here for the last couple episodes of Lights Out. You know, we're doing kind of sporadic sometimes at the moment, but
yes, he was. You're right.
Yeah, but like, you know, I get it. Things happen. Things do be happening. They be coming up. I actually talked with him, and I'm hoping his personal issues get resolved with no issues at all. Like, you know, we love you, buddy. We're just ribbing you. We're just kidding around a little bit, but we'll see him on the next episode, I'm sure. Now, you mentioned something very interesting to me. And I want to just kind of dive right into it. I'll put it on the screen right now. Got some results here, Cosmos. And according to what I'm looking at, you're a part of these results, buddy. Second place there. Chag taking it down for that climax. Followed by my boy Cosmos Fatality, every Fatality has some banger matches, bro. This guy, like, I love the other Falcons, like Andrick. I love Karage in Japan. But this guy Fatality, bro, when he's playing well, he just reminds me why I originally fell in love with this character in Ultimate all those years ago. Good to have him back. And then some local talent doing some things too. SMX, who, you know, that's Steve. I never play Sephiroth again, brother. But that Steve was looking all right, not bad. Obviously, big respects to the Joker player, Kyo, Nachos, Pikachu, Endeavors, Captain Falcon's Flames too, and Flamax as well. So that was your top 8 here, which again, I always champion the international events. I think it's good to see more talent. So I had a lot of fun watching this tournament. Climax 2025 was an excellent tournament. So I'm going to put your match on screen because if I'm not mistaken, Cosmos, isn't this the first time you've ever lost to Chag with Aegis, which prompted you to switch to Inkling? I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but you got to explain that to me, bro. What the hell was going on?
Is it the first time I lost him to Aegis? Yes, I think it is actually. Yeah. I think that is the first time I lost him lost to him when I was playing Aegis, and I'm not surprised at all. Because obviously that matchup is hot fucking garbage. I definitely dropped some leads.
I don't think it's even.
You're trolling, and I'm about to find a way to gain ownership of this chat just so that I can kick you out the call just for that statement.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll let you carry on.
That matchup is really, really fucking bad. And I'm mad. It makes me mad. Like stuff like that makes me mad because I love Chad. We're friends. We're cool. We were chatting at the tournament and everything. Great, yeah. He's super cool. Like he's a very community-driven player. Even people in Colombia were telling me how much they love Chad because he's like, apparently he was at a tournament in Chile, maybe, I think. And he lost to this player. He was like, wow, this player is really good. So he like made a campaign for that player to like go either to Colombia to compete or to Mexico to compete. So he's that much of a community member. But sometimes he just be making me so mad because like, bro, how are you gonna pick my worst matchup, and then pop off on me after you proceed to beat me in my worst matchup, bro? That is degen work, bro. That's insane. But
I mean, if it's his first time beating your Aegis, it kind of checks out to me.
I mean, I'll give it up. I have infinite Johns. You know how top players have a lot of Johns. I have infinite Johns. One of my biggest Johns is the fact that I actually have not touched Smash Brothers a single time in the past 3 months. So I can't really. I wasn't upset at all. I was just mad that he popped off. I was like, bro, you popped off when you picked my worst matchup, and I didn't play in 3 months. But to be fair, he didn't know that. And to be fair, I was still playing very well, obviously, because I beat Fatality. I took game 1 against Chag. I beat a Steve player, and I don't remember the last time. SMX, he's like the best player in Colombia, maybe. Don't quote me on that. At least the best Steve there. And I haven't beaten a Steve. Yeah, I haven't beaten a Steve, I think maybe even the entire year. Because I stopped playing so much starting July, August. But before that, I was still going to tournaments, and I have played many Steves, and I'm pretty sure I lost like almost all of them, even on locals.
Gotcha.
So I wasn't expecting to beat that Steve player. So I did. So that's how I knew I was playing pretty well, even though I haven't played Smash in like 3 months. So like when I say I haven't played, I haven't touched the game, period, at all. Like,
I believe you.
The last time I touched the game was when I beat Mr. E at that one local in August. And then I touched the game again. My first set, I didn't even warm up. My first set of the Colombian tournament. And I was like, wow, you know what? I'm playing pretty solid. I should just play like this all the time. But yeah, outside of that, I was still playing well. So him beating me while I was playing well is still, I still have to give him props for that. So props to him, but that matchup fucking sucks. I hate that matchup.
Okay, well, that matchup sucks. So you switched to Inkling, okay? Now, how is that Inkling Min matchup?
I think that matchup's way better. It's supposed to be way better, to my knowledge. That at least that's also what the Japanese Inkling players have told me, that matchup is much better. But I don't know it at all. I was just spitballing it, trying shit, and it was working out at first, but then I couldn't kill him. I was like, oh, well, now I have to actually try to find a way to get in. And when you have to try to find a way to get in on Min, when you're playing a character that's not so fast, like Inkling is not slow, but she's not nearly as fast as Mythra. So that's what makes it harder. So I couldn't get in to get her off stage and try to kill her. And Chag's recoveries with Min were actually really solid. He has like a kind of flowchart recovery route, but it's a really solid recovery route that if you don't figure it out, it's kind of hard to maneuver your way around it to actually edgeguard him. So he has a very solid Mimic right now. If he's still like working on it consistently, which it looks like he is, it's definitely working, and he should definitely keep it up. But yeah, next time I definitely would rather go Inkling in that matchup. The only thing is that Chag is one of the players that knows a lot about Inkling because he used to main Inkling as well.
Oh, that's some lore I didn't know.
Inkling.
Okay.
Yeah, he made Inkling and he thinks Inkling sucks now. That's why he dropped Inkling.
Okay.
So he's like one of the players that definitely knows the counter to Inkling. So the last time I lost to Chag was when I was playing Inkling. And he was playing Palutena, and it was game 5. He reverse 3-0'd me, actually, because he just started platform camping me. So
correct decision.
That's what I would be worried about. It's like I can't go Inkling on him the entire set, because if I beat his Min with Inkling, he's just gonna switch to Palutena and then platform camp me, and it's gonna be not fun. I can still win, but it's gonna be not fun. And I'm playing the game to have fun now, obviously. So I'm not trying to be platform camped as Inkling. I'm not gonna have fun. But then again, Aegis versus Min is not fun. So I kind of just don't have fun whenever I play Chag, period, honestly. So, but next time I'm definitely going to try to prepare the Inkling at least for the Min, and it will probably end up being a counter pick war.
Counter pick war. Okay. So wait, I heard something very interesting in there. Next time, can we expect Cosmos to be more consistent on the sticks?
For tournaments?
Just start playing again.
I mean, I would like to, but I don't got a sponsor. Nobody's flying me out to these tournaments.
How'd you get to Colombia?
They flew me out.
Excellent rebuttal, sir. Excellent rebuttal.
They flew me out, bro. They flew me out. We had a fair agreement. I honestly don't even know how much the prize pool was. I don't care. Honestly, I just wanted to play Smash. Go to Colombia, and they're like, yeah, we'll pay for your flight, and we'll just take whatever you make from your winnings, and we'll just pay the difference. I was like, oh yeah, that's completely cool. Honestly, if I make more, just take it. I don't care. I just want to play in Colombia. That sounds great to me. So if any tournament wants me to go, I'm willing to go, especially if it's outside of Mexico, because I want to travel more to like other places in the world, like even part of the States, because I don't go to the States that often anymore. But if you want to fly me out to Japan, Europe, like if you want me to be a big boss world traveler just like him, bro, hit me up, because I'm down. I don't know how you be doing it, but I'm down. Hit me up. I'm down to fly anywhere. You need
a family member who's a flight attendant to get those premium discounts. That's the big boss secret. Okay, and one day he's gonna admit it. All right, I pressed him at Port Priority. This nigga hit me with cake.
Okay. No, like, no hablo inglés.
You just asked where your pool was. You speak English. But yes, I digress. But yeah, good run. We enjoyed watching. Obviously, I watched part of it. It was a lot of fun. So good job, buddy. And I hope you're able to enter a couple more things. That would be actually awesome. I love
me
watching
as well.
Supporting my friends, for sure. Now, with that said, and with that done, Cosmos, would you agree that being a top player at times can be a little stressful? Because
it can be,
I see things, and I know before we get into like one of our bigger topics, I see things all the time that concern me, and I don't like being concerned. You know?
Yeah, I mean, no, I 100% agree with you. And honestly, that's probably why Light didn't come to this episode, because he went to Port Priority, did well, and he's probably extremely stressed. Like, damn, now I have all this pressure for this next tournament. I need to make sure I can talk to somebody to get all this pressure off of me. So what do you think he's doing right now?
Well, I'll tell you what he has to be doing. The only thing worth doing, and that's checking out today's sponsor, folks. I'm talking about our friends over at BetterHelp, because this show is sponsored by BetterHelp, okay? Now, we're rewriting traditions. Therapy can give you the space to create new, meaningful traditions, providing clarity amid the holiday chaos. We all know holiday time's a little crazy. I mean, you know, it's a time of traditions, yes. And some people have their family, while some have none. Some are just beginning their own. Now's the time to reflect on what that means to you and rewrite traditions and make your life perfect. Like that new hot chocolate recipe with the kids, or continuing your great sweet aunt's potato pie tradition. I don't know why you would eat sweet potato. No, it's a tradition. It's not meant to be dissected. It's meant to be appreciated. Okay. Now, BetterHelp therapists, it doesn't matter if it's a holiday, because they work round the clock and they work according to a strict code of conduct, and are fully licensed here in the USA. Okay. The commitment for BetterHelp. All right. It does the initial matching for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. You just take a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs and preferences. 12 plus years of experience, Cosmos, in the industry leading 12 industry leading match fulfillment rate. That's insane. What does that mean? It means typically they get shit right. Okay. Check out the client reviews. There's over 30,000 therapists on BetterHelp, the world's largest online platform serving over 5 million people globally, myself included, by the way. I've taken BetterHelp. And let me tell you something. Big Phil wouldn't be here without the big help from BetterHelp. That's just how it is, okay? That's just how it is. So this December, start a new tradition by taking care of you and our listeners, of course, because we love you. You get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lightsout. That's betterhelp.com/lightsout.
Sounds like a steal to me, honestly. Sounds like a huge deal to me.
Listen, you know, on this channel, I only talk about what I believe in, okay? I believe in you. Yeah, you.
Me?
Oh, you.
Okay. Oh, me?
Come on. Everybody. I was pointing at the audiences. It's a joke there. But now, to switch over to a topic that is not a joking matter, okay? We won't dive too deep into this, but obviously it's a hot issue right now, and I'll just kind of put on the screen what I'm referring to. Onin has received an 8-month ban, okay, which explains the absence from port priority and other events going forward. We kind of touched on Citadel for SA. Now, this whole doc, which you guys can easily go find. I'm not gonna put it on screen. I already did that. My first thought is why? You know what I mean? It's like, why is this?
Why?
Why is this a thing? Why is this a theme? It's hard to. It's a stigma attached to the community that I personally love and I love to death. But this was just like, if you actually read the doc, man, Anna got some demons that need to be addressed, and I know they put out a statement like, hey, there's more context, there's more to the story. I won't be saying anything further while I gather stuff together. Well, you better dig up Johnny Cochran, okay? You better call Saul, nigga, because you're gonna need some help for some of them screenshots that I was looking at personally. This comment kind of just exactly what I'm thinking. This is so weird, man. That's just the perfect way to put it. And it is a weird situation. You don't have to dive into the specifics or anything like that, but what was your initial reaction to this?
My initial reaction?
News? Yeah.
My initial reaction is my initial reaction was I wish I could bleach my eyes and not read what I just read, because that shit was disturbing, especially in this day and age. Like, doing that in this day and age was knowing what's going to end up happening. It's just like, how can you be so, like, he quite literally, my thought process after reading the doc and reading what was said was like, she said stop. So it's like, this motherfucker wasn't even tone deaf. He was actually just deaf. He wasn't listening at all. Yeah. Like, they were actually deaf. So I was pissed, and I was like, this is some shit that I don't want to experience. I don't want in that community, period, because it's just disgusting work. That's all there really is to say. It's just disgusting work. I was surprised that it was just an 8-month ban. Honestly, I'll be completely blunt. I was surprised it was actually not indefinite.
That's kind of what I was reading that, and I was like, it said like,
because indefinite doesn't mean like a definite, like a permanent ban. It means like, we'll monitor your actions and we'll see how you're going through things. And even if it doesn't end up being a permanent ban, it's probably going to be longer than 8 months. Yeah. So the fact that they ruled it as 8 months was very surprising to me. Yeah,
indefinite it's like, you put out, okay, something is indefinite. You're putting out there like, hey, like, you're just gone until anything new comes out, or we determine something different, or we felt like you've atoned enough or something. Like, even though a situation like this is just like, I don't know. This, I like to keep my hands off stuff like this to an extent, but it is important. I've always felt like you got to like have some awareness for our community out there. We have an obligation to our audience to talk about some things that are a little bit hard hitting at times. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just overall just a really sad situation. I, of course, not a fan of Steve, but I think people using this as a way to like dunk on like, yeah, one less Steve player. It's just like it missed. That's not the point. It's not the point of this. Like it's not the point. Like yeah, Steve point, the phobic comments, like none of that is appropriate for this situation. It's not appropriate ever. Well, the Steve comments can be, but that's not. You understand what I'm saying? In this situation, it's obviously not. But it's just like, yeah, like I don't like. There's not too much more to say about it other than it's a shame. Hope the survivors in the situation are cool, and just like hope as a community as a whole, everything can get better marching forward. So I'll leave it at that. That is our thoughts on the situation for Lights Out. So with that said, switching gears, Cosmos, I have a very important question to ask you.
I have a very important answer for you.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Who should be our next guest on Lights Out?
Next guest?
Yes.
I'm saying, bro, honestly, I feel like it's the fact that we've had 100 whatever episodes. And first of all, you got to stop saying 100 and whatever episode. Like, you got to figure out what episode it is exactly.
I mean, we got a lot of episodes.
We got a lot of episodes, but regardless of what episode, because I don't know either. But the fact that we're over 100 episodes and we still haven't had an episode with Charlie, we got to try and get him on at some point, bro, because we're literally called Lights Out. He sponsors the player of Light, and he's always out the episode, so it's probably why it's called Lights Out. But we can get him in if we get Charlie in the episode. So we gotta make some moves, bro.
So your solution is to get Charlie. You're talking about Moist Critical, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I can get behind that. I will make an attempt to figure that out. I'm trying to find right now. Because I think Charlie would be an excellent guest, and we can kind of we try and convince him to buy the Lights Out podcast.
That'd be great, actually. That'd be incredible.
But we won't tell Light. We won't tell Light what we're up to. It'll be great.
Yeah, we should not.
That is the secret.
We should also kick him out right before we do it, because he'll probably fight against it.
That's actually true. He's going to say something like really racist, and Charlie will awkwardly laugh. Yeah. I mean, I guess, man.
But like, if not that, actually, what we should do is I would like to try something new at some point. And you said you had the idea. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know if you said it on the podcast at some point, but I don't care. If it's secret, it's not going to be secret now. I think we should actually do what you said, get a Japanese player and get Watch on the episode. And we can have him translate during the episode. Or we can do what you said. You had a good idea, is where we can have the episode. We can put two versions, and we can put a dub version of Watch translating over the Japanese player talking. So it's like more, more smooth for the listeners. Like when they're listening to it on Spotify, because we're on Spotify, and they don't have to, just wait for the language they don't understand.
Okay, I like that idea.
I think something like that would be cool. Maybe like Doramigi, Aquila. I want to talk to Zachary. I always want to talk to Zachary.
That's one of my favorite players of all time. Yes, the dream would be to get in a call with Zachary. We'll try and make that happen, guys. But if you have any ideas for any guests down the line, let Unc know what's going on. Now, there is something else that happened. Now, you weren't here last week, Cosmos, but we were discussing the results of Port Priority. Obviously, Light had a great performance there, and with a fourth place finish. But somebody who didn't have a great performance, my favorite player of all time, my GOAT, Tweek. My man, my compadre. Who?
Tweek.
Well, Tweek's definitely in my top 5 to 7 favorite players of all time.
Because he also did not have a great performance.
He did not. But I was talking about MKLeo, who got 65th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was uncharacteristic. And I bet my house that I don't even own that it would never happen again. Okay. And it looks like Leo is taking some insurances to make sure it never happens again. Now, there have been some interesting things, okay? Tweek, he was playing Bayonetta at a local last week, right? So Tweek's playing Bayonetta at a local, right? Okay, cool. A little strange. Ends up winning it, though. But then I find out MKLeo is also playing a character that... now, Tweek has some history with Bayonetta, right? Obviously, you kind of look back and you think about the fact that that was his co-main along with Cloud at Smash 4, right? Now, he said Cloud didn't really ever feel too good in this game, but I guess Bayo maybe could be on. I don't know. Okay? I just know TSM Tweek is currently picking up Bayonetta testing, proving ground maybe. And then MKLeo,
which is crazy, by the way. I wasn't here for that episode, but the fact that he got sponsored by TSM is wild in this day and age, in this climate of Smash Brothers. That was absolutely from left field. I had no idea that was happening.
It makes so much sense to me because you just consider the fact that it's so much cheaper to sponsor a Smash player.
Yeah,
so much.
Bro probably got like instead of having to put fries in the bag, they probably just gave him fries. Like, here you go, bro.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
Here's your chicken tendies you always like.
But now we got somebody taking something out the pot, and that is MKLeo, who is currently Cosmos playing and practicing Game & Watch. This is real.
Oh, God.
This is not. This is real. This is not a tease. This is not a test. I even went into the chat myself to ask Goat what's going on. And he says, yeah, I'm trying to, I get, he's just trying. He's just, I think it's going to be a counter pick for the Rats, if that's an issue.
Which is wild because
I personally would have stuck with Meta Knight because that covers Min too. But I guess Game & Watch can cover Min too as well. I never questioned. It's
just crazy because it's not like who he lost to at Port Priority. He lost to Ike, right? RM8 is Ike player.
Yeah,
and then he lost to a me character. I don't know which one, but he lost to one of the Miis. So those are characters that Joker definitely beats. You usually don't be struggling with. So the fact that he lost and then is now like, all right, I'm gonna play Game & Watch. Something tells me he thinks it's not just about the Rats. Something tells me he just thinks he needs an easier life until the next game comes out.
An easier life.
And Game & Watch will definitely give him an easier life.
Yeah, I mean. Now, there was a question actually in the chat while he was playing that I thought was very interesting. They were like, are you going for more of a Meister style or Mia style? And he said, Mia style. Kind of in my head, I was like, duh.
See, bro, this is what I be saying, bro. This motherfucker just be showing up out of nowhere, bro.
What?
Yeah, tell me y'all were doing it at 11:30.
Oh, snap, light. Wow, I had something on the screen, so I didn't know he was coming. Hey, what's up?
Why didn't you tell me you were doing it?
Well, we just
said in the chat. You should have paid attention to the chat.
No, he told me that we talked about Lights Out, but he didn't tell me we were doing it this early.
I did not. That is true. I did not.
So it was you.
That's a my bad,
bro. You see, you spread this propaganda about I don't show up to my own show, and it's you. You're the problem.
but it's funny.
Oh my God! As long as
I was definitely roasting you the entire episode. I was 100% roasting you the entire.
But now you know it's not me.
Yeah, now I know it's not you. Now I know it's not you. So next episode, we gonna make sure EE don't show up, and we gonna talk behind his back.
Yes, there will be a retraction.
Watch the episode, and then he'll know.
There you go.
All right, bye.
Wait. Question.
He said bye?
Wait, question.
What?
Let's get your quick thoughts on a couple of issues we covered. One, are you sad you're not able to go to Citadel this weekend?
I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I ended my year on a high, so I'm not really. I feel good.
Okay. 2, what do you think about Cosmos playing in a tournament and getting second place to Chag?
I'm always happy whenever Cosmos performs well. He knows that.
3, Onin situation. Comment or no comment?
Oh, man. I really tried hard not to let my intrusive thoughts win there. No comment.
Okay. 4. Do you endorse our friends at BetterHelp?
Of course. BetterHelp is the only way to go, especially if you use code LIGHTSOUT to get a 10% discount.
And 5, thoughts on MKLeo picking up Game & Watch and Tweek picking up Bayo?
It looks like the end of Smash 4 all over again.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Wait, bonus question. What are you doing?
Waking up.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Good rebuttal. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, buddy.
We might as well end there, honestly.
No, I want to get to at least 35 minutes, so let's wait.
You want to stay for like 5 more minutes late?
A couple more minutes.
This man trying to end every half hour.
No. We are at 33 minutes. of an outstandingly good podcast. It's more of like an update, short form type podcast. Something different for the fans.
Well, sure.
Wait, guys, like you said that you ended your year on a high. Does that mean you don't have any intentions to go on any more tournaments this year?
I'm going to smaller events, but I mean, the thing is, and this is another reason I hate the half year. I mean, the whole year ranking, right? Mm-hmm. Assuming we're still going off the luminosity ranking.
Yep.
Nothing can really change. The second half of the year for America was relatively dead, and a lot of our stuff happened the first year. So, like, when you saw the half year rankings, not a lot of people's positions are going to actually be changing. You know, whatever we did was kind of set in stone, and I don't really fuck with that. So, like, I mean, even if I win this next event, my position's not really going to change. I'm very okay with knowing that I'm playing a lot better. I'm in a lot healthier state of mind, and to just get ready for the next season.
Okay, I think that's a damn good response. Now, what is your response to this? I'll put it on the screen. I saw Zomba make a tweet. Okay, the more that I play, and this was a fan submission, they wanted us to address this. The more that I play Ultimate, it's funny to see the subtle differences between players. You have Nair, up tilt bots.
I know the tweet.
Like Yeast, Light, and Spargo that are just mashing. And then you have pure Mensa level intellect like Leo, me, and Tweek that play neutral like it's the eighth wonder in the world. Thoughts?
I feel like if you were to actually watch Zomba play for a bit, you would watch him and be like, yo, he is literally just a flowchart. Like,
is that what your tweet was about? Your response tweet?
Yeah. Zomba's completely just a flowchart. And he only tweeted that because he got salty because I've been playing online with him and Sonics, and we had like a 1st to 5, and I ended up emergency him and I won the set. So he's just salty. It's okay.
Oh, poor guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
poor guy indeed.
We got to the end of that one. I'll tell you
that tweet low-key sounds like he should try using our BetterHelp code Lights Out.
Listen. Preventing crash outs every single day. We want me to say
people who play top tiers all need BetterHelp because they really do just abuse flowcharts with minor adaptions. They're all skillless.
I wish his camera was on because he sounded so disgusting, like he just spit after saying that. Just filthy, skillless scrubs. I like that. Well, what do you got planned for today? Like, tell us how your day's looking.
Are we at the 35-minute mark?
Let's just get 38.
Yeah, why are you trying to leave so bad?
Yeah, exactly. You ain't.
I got an appointment.
You said you moved it to 10.
Bro, you could at least show up to the podcast. You don't show up to the tournaments. Damn.
Whoa. I was at a tournament last week. You weren't. All right. Let's put respect where it's due. All right.
You love
I'm the competitor
My respect is gone.
All right. You just said you like what I do well at tournaments. You're not happy.
You want to know what really pisses me off? I beat the other world traveler. You were supposed to beat that world traveler.
Oh shit. Were you at a tournament where you beat Big Boss?
Yeah, it was poor.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Bro. You know what's really funny? I told him before the set started. I was like, we talk about you a lot on the podcast. Like we see that you be traveling a lot. Shout out to Big Boss. He's mad cool.
Big Boss is cool.
He's super chill.
But he pretends he doesn't know English when I talk to him.
What is he, Ken?
Exactly. Ken, the jig is up on Ken. He knows better than that. But yeah. Well, my day is actually going to be pretty productive. I'm going to drive into the woods and just sit and think and contemplate life. It's gonna be fun.
That's what every top player or relevant smasher should do when we get these tweets that come every week.
There you go. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's me.
the LeBron tweet.
Like, good grief.
Maybe it is me, bro. I'm like, there's no way again. But today is gonna be just a scheduling day, and I'm in Connecticut. I'm gonna get some good eats. I'm gonna get some ramen today.
Ooh.
But today's just a scheduling day. Me and my girlfriend, and I found out my mother's also going in the same time. We're scheduling our New York trip for December to go do a bunch of Christmas stuff. Because if you live near New York, you should definitely do that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're scheduling your New York trip around Let's Make Big Moves.
No, I mean, obviously I'm gonna be there as well, but no, I'm gonna do my actual Christmas related trip.
Okay, right on. Well, I hope you have a holly jolly Christmas time, my friend. I know I will do the same with it approaching. Thanksgiving's first, though. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Also, if you're wondering who's playing on Thanksgiving, don't worry. It's the Ravens. We're the most fake consistent team out there, but we're 5-5. I think we're going to get top of our NFC division. I'm feeling good about this one. How about you, Phil?
Listen, first of all, we'll see if you can catch the Steelers, okay? Because the Steelers are winning some games I'm not expecting them to win. So I give them some credit. But
we're going to send Aaron Rodgers into an early retirement.
He already fractured his wrist or something like that. So he already might be out there. I think your Ravens, I mean, the defense has looked much improved. The offense has definitely taken a step back, but that's probably just Lamar needing a few more actual game reps. But I think he'll be fine. He's goated for a reason. My secondary team faced my number one team, the Rams versus the Seahawks. That was a banger, but my Seahawks lost. But we're still kicking ass, so it's fine.
Yeah, you guys are 7-3. That's good. Did you see my parlay post on Instagram?
No, what happened?
I lost my parlay because Lamar Jackson doesn't run anymore.
He does not.
And I posted something. It was like, I now have more empathy for women because now I know what it's like to pick the wrong nigga.
Oh my God. For reference, Cosmos, Lamar not running anymore is like you stop watching anime. It's just we don't know what to do.
Bro, I lost a $3,000. Like I would have made $3,000. But this dude doesn't run anymore.
That's wild.
Maybe he's saving it for the playoffs.
Sure, man.
I'm giving you a little bit of copium right now, but you know what? This NFL season has been interesting. Definitely some teams on the rise. I wasn't expecting to double their win total at this point. Obviously, the Patriots, Bucks have fallen off. The Chiefs are but at least our teams are looking like they got some life. And Cosmos, do you have a football team?
I'm still always rooting for the Lions now. All
right. Well, they just lost. So with that said, that'll conclude this episode of Lights Out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.